I'm Kara. I'm 20 years old. I currently struggle with anxiety and depression from a previous past of abuse and being in and out of foster care. I always thought I had a normal family growing up, but you know, everybody thinks that. And I guess the older I got, the more I started to see how abusive my family could be. They ended up putting me and my sister in foster care. You know, every foster family starts the same. You go there with such great hope. They seem happy, and some of them are, but you learn pretty quick that things aren't always what they look like. Eventually, my sister and I ended up with this older woman, and it was really a saving grace. She decided to bring us to Jewish Family Service, and we all started seeing a counselor together and on our own. During the counseling sessions, we really worked on, you know, how to deal with my anxiety and depression, how to deal with that PTSD from all of the trauma. You know, the counselors really helped me to put the past behind me and learn that it made me stronger and really grow from what happened. It really helped me to learn how to actually belong somewhere. You know, you go from foster home to foster home. Not even your parents wanted you in the beginning, and finally you have people that actually care, that they want you to feel important, they want you to belong. Going to Jewish Family Service and their ability to work with other organizations like the United Neighborhood Center or Child and Youth really helped me to grow as a person and find my own way. I didn't feel like I belonged in this world, and now I have a future in it.
My name is Katie, and I'm HIV positive. No one ever thinks that it could happen to them. I sure didn't. I came from a regular family. I had loving parents, a two-parent household. I was popular in high school. Everyone tends to look back at high school and think, oh, I could never go through that again. My high school years weren't the problem at all. I got married, I met my husband, everything was fine. 2 sons. Somewhere along the line, I ended up being curious about drugs and made some bad choices. It really started out with just relaxing on the weekend, and it's no big deal. I have a job and everything's fine, I can handle it. I made the mistake of sharing needles with my husband. We were married, we shared a bed. Why would I ever think, that I could contract anything from him? He was clean, right? Well, before you know it, I was a full-blown heroin addict. No one ever thinks they'll be a junkie when they grow up. I sure didn't. It wasn't until my husband ended up going to jail that I had the strength to try and even look for help. I entered AA. My sons went to live, thankfully, with their grandparents, and they took wonderful care of them. I didn't even know what end was up. I've been clean and sober and making sure that I attend meetings and stay on the right path. Not every day is easy. It's still very difficult working through everything. Some days it's hard, very hard. Although I was able to maintain my sobriety, I found that I then struggled with depression and anxiety. My family doctor referred me to Jewish Family Service, where I met a counselor who not only was able to help me work through my feelings of anxiety and depression, but also was able to treat my sons and other family members. With the help that JFS gave me, I was able to work through most of my issues with the support that I needed to make sure that I stayed on track. I truly believe the only thing that saved my relationships, and maybe even my life, was the help and support that I received through JFS. Without their assistance, I never would have been able to maintain the relationships that I have with my sons. which I believe now our bond is stronger than it ever was or ever could be. We've been through so much.
My name is George. Christine and I were together for about 15 years. We, 8 years ago, finally started a family and had our first. I was happy. I thought she was as happy as I was. I thought that me and the kids were enough. She was enough for me. But last year, she took her life and part of ours with her. I spent days in bed until I realized how empty it was, and the amount of time I spent ignoring work and kids, the family. Took a while until I was able to pull myself together enough to make it over to JFS. My oldest daughter took it the hardest. She is at such a tender and confusing age, and having a single father is probably not the easiest way to grow up. She was able to get direct counseling, really work through some of her confusion, and really open up to me in a way that I didn't know that she couldn't before. And my son, he felt like it was his fault that she went away. But I suppose all little kids have a tendency to put blame in the wrong places, something else that I missed. But JFS was able to catch and point it out to me, and let me see and work with my kids through family counseling. My counselor showed me several important coping methods to address some of the grief that I was burying and confronting it and working through it instead. I was hiding from the fact that I felt guilt over being here when she wasn't. We were able to assess some of the needs that my children had, and we reconstituted ourselves from several grieving individuals into a family, again, a thriving family, and we're stronger, so much stronger than we were last year. I will never have Christine back, but I still have my family. And I still have myself because of what JFS did for me.
My name is Kara, and I'm the face of JFS.
My name is Katie, and I am the face of JFS.
My name is George, and I'm the face of JFS.